Good evening and welcome to a very special episode of Orta Know Better. We're very lucky at Orta Know Better to be joined tonight by Romario Vieira. How are you doing, Romario? All right?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And as always, to my left or right, depending how you look at the screen, we've got another OKB regular, Gilly. How are you doing, Gilly?
Evening, not so bad, thank you.
Good. Really excited to get you on, Romario. I know we've exchanged a couple of messages and things through Twitter. I suppose first things first, with a name like Romario Vieira, I'm sure you probably get asked this all the time, and a brother called Ronaldo Vieira. I suppose the expectations were high right from birth, were they?
You know what? Not really. You know, we just naturally got drawn to football, and since we were young, and but they were never like that kind of pressure from our parents, like, yeah, you have to, or anything like that. We never really felt that pressure. It was more like of enjoying it and doing it for just enjoying it. You know what I mean? As a dream.
Yeah. Doing something you love.
Yeah. I feel like the pressure came more once our name got out there. Then you know what I mean? Like more people knew of it, and because of obviously the Ronaldos and the Romario and the Patrick Vieira and stuff like that. So I wouldn't call it pressure, but with a name like that, you've got to, you know what I mean? You got to get like that.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So just touch upon your brother really quickly. We saw him kicking the hell out of Ronaldo the other day, which is good to see as a Leeds fan. What do you make of that?
I thought it was class, man. I thought it was class. Like it's a dream come true, really, to because we used to watch Cristiano play on, like, when we was back in Africa and stuff, Guinea-Bissau, and we used to just admire how good he was and stuff. But to then just be a rival, it's crazy. Like it's still not real. Like it doesn't seem real, but just grateful for everything that's been happening to Ronnie and stuff, and is really living our dreams and stuff. So yeah.
Lovely, well said. And so he's out at Verona on loan at the moment, isn't he, from Sampdoria? I think there's a view. Is there a potential fee if he goes well? I think there's agreement in there somewhere. I read that if things do go well, that's a chance Verona will sign him from Sampdoria. But yeah, I mean, I suppose then if you just want to run us through your story, how you ended up in Leeds, and yeah, what happened? What made you get there?
So we were born in Guinea-Bissau, and then from a very young age we started playing football on the streets and stuff, and enjoying it and stuff with our friends and that. And then we moved over to Portugal when we were about 6, and over there we also played, and we actually played for Benfica, the academy, at a younger level. And then after that we moved over to England, and we kind of struggled a bit with the language and stuff, and everything, the change of everything and all of that. And then we went to school we went to Bruncliffe on our first year, Bruncliffe High School, and that's where we started playing just like on a break time and stuff. And then the football coach at the school came to us and said, like, come and join the team. And we went and joined them, and he thought we were really good players and stuff, and he put us on to go and trial at Man City. And when we went there, we trained a few times there, and then there was some problem with, like, because we were young at that time, and our parents were, like, my dad was busy working, and my mum was busy looking after my little sister. So we had to travel. If we were to sign there, we had to travel by ourselves and stuff, which is Man City didn't accept and stuff. So they said, like, when you get older and stuff, then come back and we'll have a look at you guys. But in that process, we met Michael Morton, and because he was working for Man City. And then after that, we just came back to school. We moved over to the Leeds City Centre. We started going to Cooperative Academy of Leeds. We started playing there and had a great team, actually. We won a few nationals and stuff like that. And yeah, after that, we did our year 10 and year 11 at Cooperative Academy of Leeds, and then we got a message from Michael Morton and Simon Collins, and asking us to go and join the I2I project, I2I Academy project
Up at
slash.
York, is that in it?
Yeah, York. But at the time we were living in Leeds, so that meant getting the bus at about 8:30, then staying like an hour on the bus to York every day, and then back as well. So we'd leave our house at like 7:38, and then come back around 7:30 at night, and then just do it all over the next day. But looking back at it, everything was worth it because we were studying at the same time. We was enjoying our football and developing, because Simon Collins and Michael Morton are very good coaches and stuff, and who helped us a lot with our technical side and positioning and all stuff like that, and our basics of football.
Good stuff. So you say you moved from Guinea-Bissau at a young age to Portugal, and then from Portugal to England when you were how old? How old were you when you came to England?
11, 12.
11, 12.
Well,
so how was that for you early life then? So what was that like? I mean, I've never moved countries. I've only ever moved house once in my life, so I can't imagine how it must be for a young kid to be moving. You know what I mean? With the family up in sticks and everything. How was that?
Do you know what? Me and Ronnie, one thing about us, like we kind of adapt quick, and we don't really we just get on with it really and stuff. Like moving here, we didn't struggle at all. Us two. But obviously, we struggle with the language and the cold.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, it's freezing compared to Portugal.
Yeah.
But yeah, we struggled with the language and cold. But then once we started attending school and stuff, we picked up the language quickly. And then the cold, we just had no choice but to get used to it, innit?
Yeah. So at school, were you and Ronnie both always first picked when you had a game of football at lunchtime and that? Where he's always like, I'll have Ronnie and I'll have Romario.
You know what's funny? At the start, we were just quiet, because obviously we didn't speak very well in it, so we just felt shy and stuff. But then one time, I think one day, someone asked us if we liked football. We said, yeah, and then they said, "Oh, come play with us." So we went and played, and from that day, then it was every break time, every lunchtime. The shirts, the school uniform will be sweaty and and then we'll get home. My mom will get mad because our school shoes will get ripped up and stuff like that all the time, and she'd have to buy new ones. But yeah, good times, man.
Yeah,
so quite often when I was growing up and my mates and that, we'd all pretend to be other footballers because my name's Matthew. You know, I've got a normal name. I don't have a famous footballer's name. So when you were growing up, were there a footballer that you would say that you were pretending to be, or did you just stick with your own because you already named after a legendary footballer?
You know what? It depends what we played. We're playing really. If we're playing like just a normal match, then I don't know. I'll just be myself. Yeah. If we're just playing a normal match, then it's just Romario. But if we're playing, I don't know, like what's that game called? Like where you got the keeper and then everyone's against it. Yeah. If we're playing Wembley.
Now this was on Twitter this week because we always called it Cuppy.
We called it finals.
We called it finals.
All right. We used to call it Wembley us. So we used to imagine we were at Wembley, and obviously, you know, give your all and stuff, and then the last one is a winner, whatever. But yeah, on that game, I used to, I don't know. I really didn't. I just used to just play. Didn't really think of I'm this, I'm that, but like just.
I was always really. Tony Yeboah.
Say that again, sorry.
I was always Tony Yeboah when I played it.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, absolutely love that game. I love that man as well. To be fair,
it's really bad. I wasn't even a Leeds player. So when we were watching World Cup, we were all pretending to be Scalacci, and then when we got a little bit older, we were all pretending to be Gaza. We weren't even Leeds players.
You're a little bit older than me, though, Matt.
Right, only a little bit.
So yeah, then obviously you went to the I2I Academy. Ronnie signed for Leeds before you, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then you came in, joined the academy, the Leeds United Academy in 2016-ish. Was that sound about right?
Yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like then to get an opportunity to come and play for arguably one of the biggest teams in England?
It felt surreal, to be fair. very it was one of them experiences that I would never ever forget, and I will always be thankful for, because it taught me a lot, not just as a football player but as a person as well. And, I think he made me mature up, to be honest, and I will always cherish it.
Yeah. Matt, did you mention something? We were talking before. You mentioned something about your time at the academy. You had a what was it? Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, there were. I think there were a thing I saw you respond to that Phil Hay had covered, and I think you had to correct someone.
Yeah. It's just,
remember that?
A little situation that it happens. It's football, innit? And just like where manager doesn't really see you, doesn't know you, and just makes an opinion of you just out of just whatever he hears or whatever he is thinking. And then obviously you just gotta get on and prove him wrong in it, and I feel like that's what I did and stuff, and got my place in the team and started playing.
And I think didn't you say that you'd really enjoyed working with Corberan as well?
Oh yeah, that was my best time for me. I've like I said to you, my first year at Leeds, I did not improve one bit as a player. But my first 6 months, I would even say 3 months with Carlos, which was my second year, I've improved a lot. I've improved more in those 3 months than in the whole year with the previous manager.
You rate him as a coach, then?
Oh, Carlos.
Yeah,
definitely. Like he's honestly, like, tactically, and he knows the game. He knows the game.
How would you have liked to have played under Bielsa?
You know what? I feel like I'd love it, and that's the thing. Like, sometimes I look back at it and I regret not staying because of the type of manager that came in. But at the time, nobody knew what was happening,
It was a mad time.
Yeah, no one knew. Nobody, even in the club, like, nobody knew what was going to happen or what was going on and stuff like that. So, like, I don't know, but yeah, I think I would love it, to be honest, because he really, like, transforms you as a player, and he makes you better, which I think he wants to do, and to always do better stuff and better themselves.
That's it. So you did make a couple of you didn't make an appearance, but you did make it onto the bench a couple of times for the first team, didn't you, Romario?
Yeah, I did. It was a time when Christensen was there, Thomas Christensen. And he gave me a few opportunities and stuff, but then he got sacked, and then Paul Eckingbottom came in, and I don't think he even looked at the 23s, to be honest with you.
Really.
Yeah.
It's amazing how managers can look at something so differently with Christensen and Bielsa, very much focusing on the youth and progressing and coaching people. Excuse me. And then you've got another coach that you've had there with Heckingbottom, who from 1 minute you're on the bench, next minute you're back in the 23s every week, and nobody really knows who you are in the first team. How did that make you feel from being on the brink of playing for Leeds United on Ellen Road, playing for one of the biggest clubs in the country, to then just sort of been forgotten about pretty much in the nicest possible way?
That was. I think that's what made me go, to be honest, because that was my last year, and that was like around, if I'm not mistaken, around March. I don't know, between February and March, I think, or between January and March, I think it was the time, and then he got sacked, and then Eckingbottom came in, and he wasn't even looking at the 23s or anything like that, or if he did look, like, he gave chances to, I don't know, I'm not going to speak on it, but like, he just made me feel like it's not going as it should. Do you know what I mean? And not on my behalf, because I've done everything I could, and that was the reason why they offered me a new deal, and I just chose not to. I don't want to stay here and not get a chance and just play in the 23s. Do you know what I mean? I need to experience men's football. And I believed in myself, and I said to them, listen, I don't want to stay. I don't want to sign the contract. I'll run my contract out and just go and get it somewhere else, because I believe in myself and I know I can do it. But the thing is, looking back, like I said, at this time, nobody knew what was happening in the future. You know what I mean? Bielsa wasn't even being spoken about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
So that's why that's the only thing I regret. But everything else, I don't regret it. Not that I regret, but I wish I knew it was coming in earlier. Yeah, than the time I did. But I don't regret my decision, and I'll stick to it, because then after when I left, I went to Doncaster, and I actually got offered the same deal, but first team squad, the same deal, and but I was just unlucky on the signing day and stuff, and with the medical stuff and things went wrong and stuff. But it's life, man.
That's it, mate. That's it. I mean, looking positively now, you're obviously you rejoined Tadcaster last season, which is I think that they work closely with Eye to Eye, don't they? Tadcaster and Eye to Eye. That's where they're sort of.
Yeah.
So you're back playing adult men's football. What's next for Romario then? Where do you? I mean, I know you're at a club already, but where do you see your future? What are we going to see Romario re-sign for Leeds United? Are you going to be playing in the Championship soon? Because you've obviously got the talent.
I don't know about Leeds United, but that's one thing. I would always love to. I wouldn't even think twice if they're knocked on the door. But to be realistic, and we gotta be real here. Like, it's not. I don't think it'll happen. But if it does happen, like, I'll be glad and I'll be very happy. But I don't think it'll happen. But anyway, like, for me, the future right now is just because I've just recovered from my knee surgery, so it's just getting that ready and getting that strong and stuff since we've been off from football. So I'm just focusing on that, and all I can say is I will get there. Like, I've got no rush, and and all the pressure and all the things saying, oh yeah, this and that. Nah, I don't listen to none of that, because I know and I believe in myself, and I know my abilities. Once I've like get to that level. So once I know I'm ready, 100%, then I know that I can go somewhere and get a deal and build from there. But for now,
you're really committed. Like, for me, I'm obviously quite a little bit older than you, but it's clear that you know what you want to do and how you're going to get there. And it's really nice and refreshing to see for such a young Ed, really. But yeah, I think you're lucky that you're so young. You've had the knee operation. You can bounce back. You've got the opportunity now in front of you. I look forward to seeing what's coming in the future, definitely. And if it is at Leeds United, albeit, because as I said, there's obviously coaches, world-renowned coaches out there that thought you had the ability to represent Leeds United. And had things have happened slightly differently, he could have well been playing first-team football or on the bench or whatever now.
Yeah.
I think one of the other things to bear in mind as well is, Luke Ayling was at a big club and then was released, didn't make the grade, but now he's playing in the Premier League. He went to Yeovil, travelled around some clubs.
This nowadays, like you said to me, like, one manager thinks this, the other manager thinks that. So it's all about opinions, really, and It's all about the right manager that likes your right type of play, the right type of player you are. And you can fit in right into the squad that he's managing, and happy days. But I'm sure there's something out there, and it's just about timing, really.
So, what does your training regime look like at the moment? Then, are you able to fully train after your knee op and that? Are you back up to speed?
Yeah, like I'm at I'd say I'm 95%. I still feel a bit of discomfort, but I just try and get through it. But at the moment, what I'm doing is I've got fitness and running and ball work and stuff in the morning. So let's say on a Monday, start on Monday morning, fitness and ball work and stuff, and football and tactic work and stuff. And then afternoon, got a gym session, and then I'll just relax. And then Tuesday in the morning, again, hard session, running and stuff, and just fitness, pure fitness. And then Wednesday off. And then Thursdays, pure fitness again, and then gym in the afternoon. And then Fridays, just chilled. And then Saturdays off. Saturdays off.
again, just highlighting that commitment in it. You know, for somebody who's been injured and going through COVID and that, it's just really, really good and nice to see such a young man have that real passion still for something. You know, I was just going to say, actually, before I forget, something came up in my head. I actually run a bit of a, and this is back to Ronnie for a second. I've run a quick sort of a thread of which ex-Leeds player would you like to see back playing for the Leeds United first team if you could have any. And Ronnie was well popular. To be fair, Ronnie was up there with Charlie Taylor and one or two others, I forget.
Yeah,
Milner. Anyway, that's just going off piste slightly. But so yeah, you're obviously saying you're going to work hard, get through this COVID crap that's going round, rebuild, get back playing, get back fit. Now's a good opportunity, Romario, for you to say. I noticed the tweet the other day, but you said you want to sort of maybe potentially use this as an opportunity or a platform for you to get some new personable skills or life skills or whatever it is. So what sort of things are you looking to be able to learn? Because obviously football isn't going to last forever, albeit you are a great player and talented. But when you come into your 30s, like myself and Matt, who's in his 40s, there's obviously got to be a bit of a contingency plan. And what sort of things are you sort of looking for?
Because I did business in college, but I didn't finish it. But I went straight into Leeds after that. Mm-hmm. So that kind of it's just there in it. But in the free time, because I have so much time now, whenever I finish doing what I need to do in terms of football wise and keeping fit and my knee work and stuff like that. After that, I always have free time and stuff. So I just want to use it to help as much people as I can, or charities and stuff, and also to learn new skills. Because like I said, there's life beyond football. So you want to be ready for that when that time comes, or if anything like badly happens to you or anything like that, you know, you always got to be prepared. And I want to use this time now to learn, and you know, when I get back playing, I'll go back probably even smarter, if anything, you know, with the skills I'll learn in this time. But yeah, I put that out and I had a great response really, and there's a lot of big things planned with Leeds Children's Hospital and other charities and stuff that I'm willing to help and, you know, do what I can do to get the word out there and help them raise whatever they need to raise and raise awareness and stuff, you know. I just want to help really and learn, you know, because that's something that nobody can take away from you. It's your knowledge.
On that, Romario, I work for a college, so we have a number of free online courses and things that I can put you in touch with. They're all online, and they might well be useful to you. They might not, but what I'll do is we'll touch base with each other when we've finished, and I'll send you a link to all the bits and pieces. It's all done online, as I say. You can have a look, see if there's anything that sort of tickles your fancy there. Great to hear that you support him with charities as well. Really, really nice to see. We've seen. Were you in a school the other day with Eye to Eye as well?
Oh yeah, we were doing it was a Zoom call, but like a lot of people were watching and stuff.
All right.
And it was like it was just me talking to them and, you know, telling them like what my journey and stuff and how I did it and how Ronnie did it and what he took and stuff like that. And I've also done some work with this kids charity, I think it's women's charity in Leeds. We gave away some PS4s and stuff and some consoles to the kids, and so they can enjoy, because they were just sitting there, you know. Somebody could put them to good use, you know.
Yeah,
so
really good, fantastic.
Because Leeds is our city now, you know. Even though we come from Africa and stuff and Portugal and that, but this is where we see home, you know. This is where home is.
That's right.
Look at the people in it.
Really, really good. Every guest I get on, Romario, I just throw 5 questions together, and they can be as random as you like. And I just want the first thing that comes into your head.
All right, cool.
If you don't want to answer it or you don't feel comfortable, you can just say like no, and we'll edit it out or something. But there's nothing too dodgy in there. So the best player you've ever played with?
My brother.
Great shout. The best player you've ever played against?
My brother.
Tell me your best joke.
Best joke. I'm not that funny, you know. Oh, see, that was a joke. Gotcha.
Have you got any in the arsenal? Any jokes for us?
You put me.
We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
We'll come back. What's your favourite meal or cheat day snack? What do you like? What's your weakness?
I'd say Domino's.
Domino's pizza. What do you have?
Yeah, pepperoni pizza and then some barbecue wings.
And you know what? I used to get a pepperoni pizza. I used to ring up for a pepperoni passion with extra passion.
Yeah, I might have to start doing that, to be honest. I don't think enough.
And then the next one is, who is your all-time hero?
My mother, man. My mother. Yeah.
Right.
Done a lot
Great
for
shout.
us, and and my stepdad, my dad as well. So
Great shout. Great shout.
big
Well,
time hero.
listen, Romario, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, mate. I've absolutely enjoyed every second of it.
Thanks for having me.
No, pleasure. We'll knock a few tweets out and things when this goes live. If anybody does want to get in contact with Romario, if you can offer him any support or courses, any training, anything like that, any experience, you can get in touch with him through Twitter. He's at Romario Vieira _0. And we look forward to hopefully seeing how your future goes, Romario.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having us.
Absolute pleasure.
Right.
Can we get a Leeds?
Can
we get a Leeds salute before you go?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Oh, Leeds that way.
You're a good lad. Cheers, Romario. Take care, mate.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So what do you think about that then, Matt?
Yeah, he's a nice kid. He's well spoken. I think he were really honest. I think it was important to actually focus on him. And we mentioned about the when he would talk about Corberán and Phil Hay and so on. Phil Hay had said somebody had alluded to the fact that he'd been made to feel like he was only there because of his brother, and he was saying that was really unfair and that Leeds had always looked after him while he were there. I think one of the things that we didn't really go into it, but we've mentioned Christensen, but tumultuous time at the club is probably really underselling it. It were a nightmare time at Leeds if you think of the people that owned the club rather than what else were going on. So that can't have been easy either, trying to be in the youth setup and trying to make it through when you've got managers chopping and changing, like you said, Christensen put him on the bench, but then Hickenbottom came in and that's all changed. He doesn't want to look at the under-23s. He wants to bring in senior professionals to come in and not develop people. And that must be disheartening. So, you said during the talk with him that it's good to see that desire and that passion still there. And I think it really is. Mm-hmm. He's had a bit of a tough time with injuries as well. He mentioned that he's had a knee injury and he's at about 95%. So he's had a bit of a tough time with that, but it's refreshing to speak to somebody that's still. I mean, he's still part of the game, and I know he was at Leeds, now he's at Tadcaster, but as I said while we were talking to him, Ayling were at Arsenal and got released, and he dropped down the leagues, played for Yeovil, and built his way back up, and he's back in the Premier League. Oh, not back in the Premier. He's in the Premier League. Having said himself that he never really felt that he was good enough to do it, and he's come in and he's been a bit of a revelation at this level. So he's every opportunity, and you can see he's still got the passion and the desire. It's about looking after himself and getting himself back up to 100%, I suppose. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, refreshing is probably the best word that we've used all night for Romario. Such a mature head on a 22-year-old lad. Do you know what I mean? Who's been through a lot. Some of his answers were just so mature and grown up. He would not. I look back to myself when I was 22 years old. I didn't have a clue. At least he's got a drive and a focus. I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. But if somebody had asked me some of those questions when I was 22, who was my hero? I would have said something stupid like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. Do you know what I mean? Just something daft. But he's just such a nice well-spoken, grown-up young man and he's driven as well. I don't see anything but success for him in his future, to be fair.
Yeah,
and I wish him all the best as well. I wish you all the best, Romario, if you do watch this back.
I hope he does, but yeah, not just focusing on the game as well. It's clear, the desire, talking to him, the desire that he's still got for the game comes across, but also already looking outside the game, and looking to the future as well. I think, especially, he mentioned that he's got time. Obviously, the elite clubs are playing and so on, but at that lower level, they've got to adhere to restrictions, aren't they? So the amount of work that they can do together as a club and so on is going to be restricted. So it's while he's got this time, it's good that he's looking at that sort of thing as well, and that again shows a level of maturity that
absolutely,
I wouldn't have had.
No. Sensible lad. I look forward to seeing how this progresses, to be fair, and his career. Wish him, we all at Orta Know Better wish him all the success, and thank you for your time, Romario, and yourself, Matt, for joining me as per. We'll be catching up later on in the week and next week and over the weekends and everything coming up. There's loads of stuff to look forward to. So for another episode of Orta Know Better, thank you from myself.
And from me, thank you very much. And I'll just say, look forward to the Berardi and Coke after next game because it's being hosted by a true champ.
Am I hosting?
No, it's me.
All right. I'm on with you, though. Cheers. Take care, Matt.
See ya.
See you later. Cheers.
Bye.